Guys, Brian back with a Kaspa token update here, and I got a really awesome article to share with you guys too. It's pretty crazy. When I found it, I thought, boy, this is definitely a good article to cover. But right now we're up 2.07% as I make this video, and if I could ask you to please hit the subscribe button, I would appreciate it so much, guys. But I'm going to show you a couple things here. First off, I'm going to show you this here. I'm going to make a point of this because right now this price action is forming a wedge pattern. Okay, this is on the 4-hour chart, and we're obviously coming up excuse me, we're obviously coming up to a major move coming here. These wedges, obviously the size of this thing is a big indicator. You usually take the width of the wedge determines your breakout. Okay, so obviously gonna get or your breakdown, we'll have to look at the RSIs and everything and see if we can get any clues here where this thing is heading. But let me show you guys this article first. Is Kaspa the new Bitcoin? A comprehensive introduction to the first block DAG network, the most interesting layer 1 proof of work network building on Bitcoin. How about that for a headline? Is Kaspa the new Bitcoin? Let's go down through here. The vision behind this project is to build a Nakamoto-like service that operates on internet speed. We wanted to build a system that surpasses the limits of Satoshi's version 1 protocol, aka the Nakamoto consensus, yet adheres to the same principles embedded in Bitcoin. Kaspa is a layer 1 blockchain that's also referred to as the first block DAG. A block DAG resemble a directed acyclic graph, a mathematical structure where vertices represent blocks and edges reference child and parent blocks. Where traditional blockchains appear as a simple linear structure, block DAGs resemble a complex interconnected web. This originates from Kaspa, Ghost DAG protocol, a proof of work. It goes down here to say the Nakamoto consensus places a large emphasis on the longest chain, arguing that it is the most legitimate chain due to the largest amount of computational resources dedicated to it. By introducing elements typical of DAG, Kaspa solves some of the previous scalability issues of the Nakamoto consensus and enables parallel block execution and transaction finality. In fact, Ghost DAG is commonly defined as the fastest blockchain trilemma solving proof of work, able to achieve high TPS transaction throughout without sacrificing decentralization and having instant transaction confirmations determined by network latency and not the protocol. It says here, what are the issues of Bitcoin? Bitcoin is slow by design. I don't know if you guys have ever sent Bitcoin. It takes anywhere from, sometimes it takes, up to an hour for me to get confirmation that it went through. So, yeah, it can definitely be a little slow, and Bitcoin is slow by design. No matter how secure and how much hash rate secure the network's transaction throughput is decoupled from the computational power. As a consequence, the network faced a scaling problem. Let's go down through here. That's what happened with Bitcoin Cash, which shows bigger blocks and sacrificed security for speed. We all know where that's led. Boy, oh boy, just hacks right and left. I don't know if you read it or not. BitTrue got hacked yesterday for 23 million. So sacrificing security is definitely never a good idea, apparently. Increasing the block size also requires increasing hardware requirements by miners and full node providers. The main issue with scaling a proof of work is that more transactions, more validation time, higher latency, increasing block size decreases block delay, more orphans, decreasing growth rate, and network security. And I'll be honest with you guys, I don't understand what a lot of this means, so I'm going to go down through it and but here we go. The main purpose behind Kaspa is to overcome the throughput security trade-off to allow parallel blocks and order them in a DAG, not a blockchain, thus ensuring there will be no orphan blocks. There we go. And how does Kaspa work? I'm not even going to get into that because you know, I'm not smarter than your average bear, I guess. So I don't understand a lot of it, the intricalities and everything as far as all that works. But you know, I mean, if you want to go check this out yourself, you're more than welcome to. I am into more into reading charts, but this stuff here just totally, you know, I'm not going to act like I'm smarter than I am, because this is pretty intricate for sure. All right, but is Kaspa the new Bitcoin? Very interesting. You know, wouldn't that be something? Especially for all of us that got in, you know, with this coin as being low of a price as it is right now. Pretty interesting article. It's on Medium datadriveninvestor.com if you want to go check out that whole thing. You know, so let's move on here. The crypto bubbles, you can see quite a bit of green out there, still a little bit of red mixed in there, for course, but overall things pretty even day, I guess. You know, so crypto fear and greed index, market caps up 1.5%. Volume is down 30% over 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance is dropping a little bit more, almost another percent, down 0.92%, and we are still at a 68. We were at a 68 yesterday, so we're still in the greed. Here's your biggest gainers and losers from Coin Market Cap. You can see on the right, not real big pullbacks. I kind of expected Bitcoin to kind of do an ABC after this run it had. You know, cool off them RSIs a little bit, and it's made looks like it's made the A and the B leg. I don't know if it'll make the C leg. I just want to give you a real quick look at that, because we know as soon as Bitcoin starts moving, everything else will start moving. But this is Bitcoin on the 4-hour, and if you look at the RSIs on this thing, you know, this might not even end up playing out. You know, I'll just have to keep an eye on it, but the RSIs on Bitcoin looks like it might be ready to make them another move. At 4 hours down at the bottom. Let's look at the 8 and the 12. The 8's getting there, you know, and the 12, yeah, the 12's just heading down. So this ABC could most likely end up playing out. There's a little bit of a pullback. The daily is at the top. So yeah, Bitcoin could have a little pullback here. Right now it's holding at 30,000 is pretty good support. It's it retested it right there, and but I'm kind of expecting this thing to maybe pull down to the 29.6 area. That would finish that would equal the length of that A leg. So we'll see what happens with it. Let's get over to Kaspa though, because this thing is this is the coin we want to definitely be looking at here. Okay, I showed you that wedge, and if we look at the RSIs on Kaspa, all right, you can see that 4-hour is coming down. Let's look at the 8 and the 12. The 8 is coming down, and the 12 is on its way down. And the daily, well, this thing doesn't have enough data yet to really. Let me look at my other chart. Oh yeah, that daily's still at the bottom. So hey, this thing could have a lot more legs left in it. You know, I'm not saying that I'm expecting this thing to do this ABC up here and get up you know, close to that 4-cent area to finish that out. We'll have to see what happens with that, but let's dig in here a little bit deeper, all right, and see if we can get a peek. We also have that really good support that it's never came back to yet that we started out with here. You know, this is on a daily. This thing was riding this support line the whole way up before we had this big blast off. Okay, it's never come back to that support line. It could end up running into it over here. Obviously, this is, like I said, this is a daily chart. Very valid support area. Okay, but let's get a measurement if this wedge breaks out. Okay, I'm kind of curious what we would be looking at here. Let's put this on the 4-hour. All right, zoom out a little bit. Let's try to get a measurement here, because I think this would put us at a new all-time high if we get to break up, okay? Which, you take the width of the wedge, all right, and we would put that at the breakout point. Yeah, that would shoot us up, you know, the 4.5 cent area. Excuse me. 0.0466 area, you know, if we get that breakout right here. And a lot of times these things will come right to the end before they go. So I'll keep an eye on this, guys, and definitely if we get a breakout, I will definitely get a video out immediately. And thank you so much. Please hit that subscribe button. You can see that 4-hour RSI down there is just starting to curve, starting just a little bit of a curve back up. So boy, that'd be beautiful to see this thing just rip up out of here and set a new all-time high. Of course, we got our we have our counts going here with our 5 waves up, you know, so this thing's looking fine. It's looking really great. Let's look at the bottom right screen here, okay? This is on trading view. This is the more technicals. This is on the daily chart. Kaspa is a buy, moving averages a strong buy, and the oscillator a buy. So according to the technicals, this thing looks strong. So that's on our side for a breakup, which you definitely like to see. You don't want to see them technicals saying sell, because they're almost warning you of a breakdown. Of course, nobody knows. You know, we do our best to look at the charts and try to figure out what's going to happen, but this thing's looking good. So hey, thank you so much, everybody, for watching the video. I appreciate it so very, very much. Please hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Saturday. Thanks a lot.